No freaking way. There has been a ton of chatter that the eufyMake UV printer cannot print on sublimation blanks. And today, what I'm going to do is we're going to test it out because I actually don't even know if that is a truth or a lie. What we're going to do is we are going to print on a sublimation tumbler. Nice, slick sublimation tumbler. Also, we're going to print on a sublimation money card. These right here are found in my cardstock warehouse. I know, just a very random item. I was getting into sublimation printing and I wanted to start providing sublimation blanks. Quickly realized I did not like the sublimation craft, and that was the end of my journey for selling sublimation blanks. So anyways, these right here are found within my cardstock warehouse. They are double-sided sublimation blanks. They are absolutely amazing. So if you're into sublimation crafting or potentially wanting to print these on the eufyMake UV printer, you can find them in my cardstock warehouse. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do some testing today. I love doing these types of videos because that's what crafting is all about, is just figuring out what works and what doesn't work. Now, since this video is pretty much just one big whole experiment, we're going to do zero design work because I want to get to experimenting. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to my favorite spot to get really cool designs, and that is Creative Fabrica. So let's go over there, look at Creative Fabrica a little bit, and then we'll start printing and experimenting. Let's go. If you've never heard of Creative Fabrica, it is one of my most favorite spots to go because I'm thinking that there is millions of different clip arts and images and SVG files and knitting files, crochet files, all that stuff is all within this one website. It's absolutely amazing. Definitely my go-to. So what I'm going to do is we are going to work on the money card first. So all I'm going to put at the very top is I'm going to put money card. And then we're going to get 4,965 different options. Holy cow, that is a lot. Find one that you love. Let's do a birthday one because why not? All right, I am going to press download. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the eufyMake Studio software. The one thing I love most about the UV printer that is definitely not like any type of laser cutter that I have is that you literally don't need to know how to do anything besides press print. You have websites like Creative Fabrica that you can get clip arts from. Then all we're going to do is import it into this. So just like a standard print that you would generally print from like a regular inkjet printer, and then you would just press print. Like it's really that easy. So if you're on the fence and you're like, I don't really know how to do design work, it's far easier to use the UV printer, especially the eufyMake, than it is to do a laser cutter, okay? So what we're gonna do is my printer is on idle. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna press this plus sign. New window is gonna pop up. Then what we're going to do is we are going to drag and drop the clip art that we want to use into the eufyMake Studio software. So finding rainbow. I love rainbows. I'm just going to open up rainbow. I'm like, I don't know which one I want to do, but I like this. So I'm going to do this one right here. This one seems to be all right. I'm just going to drag and drop it into the eufyMake Studio software. All right. Now what we're going to do, which is quite possibly one of my most favorite features of the eufyMake Studio software, is that it comes with a camera. I was going to say it comes with a printer. It is a printer. It comes with a camera. However, before we do that, the sublimation blanks that I have that are in my cardstock warehouse both sides come with a clear plastic film. You want to make sure and take the film off of your blank. Otherwise it won't stick. Even if this does work, it still won't stick because there's a clear plastic film. So you just got to take the clear plastic film off. Don't go ham and with your weeding tool pick and scrape off the coating, the sublimation coating, because that can happen if you go a little bit too deep and hard. So everything, no matter if you do this on a textured tumbler or anything like that, even glass, because we can print on glass with the eufyMake Studio or with the eufyMake UV printer, but if you do not prep your item appropriately, nothing's going to stick to it. So prepping our item, what you're going to want to do is get some sort of rubbing alcohol. Now, I don't have any rubbing alcohol here in my craft room. However, I do have lens wipes that does have rubbing alcohol in them. So I'm going to use that. I'm fairly certain if this doesn't work, someone's going to go, well, you didn't use pure rubbing alcohol. Then I guess we'll have to try it again next time if it doesn't work. So which one? I think it was this one's the one that doesn't have the film. So we're just going to take the rubbing alcohol wipe and we're just going to rub it. We're prepping our object. Always prep, okay? And there was quite a bit of dirt. If you see that, that's why we prep. There's even dirt. I mean, there was a clear plastic film on it, but there was still some dirt on there, okay? So this right here will not fit into, let's just try, just in case. Yeah. This right here is a little bit too big for the small flatbed printer, for the eufyMake printer. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the large flatbed for today's project. All right, I have pulled my eufyMake out of the wall just so we can see what we're doing. I am going to put in my large flatbed, put it in here, and we're going to lock it into place. Now you will notice that I have this really cool silicone mat. It's orange on the thing right here. It's to protect the sticky mat, but also create a jig if you needed a jig to do like multiple, like if you wanted to print multiples of these, you totally could by doing a grid system. I love the jig feature. That is really cool, but my most favorite feature is the fact that it is protecting that consumable sticky mat. Now, it does look a little gross because there's a lot of like overspray, but like now, look, I'm going to be able to take off that paint and just throw it on the ground. I shouldn't be doing that, but you know, this. See that? That's like leftover paint that would generally ruin your sticky mat. And now it just flakes right off, and then you no longer have to replace the sticky mat. I love saving money. So I'm just going to use these things. These are right here are like little silicone doodads. I don't know what they're called. They kind of look like flat little Lego pieces. It's actually really cool. But I'm going to make sure that everything is straight. So I'm going to put these on around my item. I'm going to like hug my item, making sure it's nice and straight, because there has been times where I have set something into the printer bed thinking it's straight, and then I go and do a camera preview and I'm like, it's not straight at all, you know? So at least now we have this thing. All right, we're nice and straight. I'm not going to use the fourth one, no need. So I have 3 things that are hugging it. I am going to be able to print. This is nice and straight. Also, you could use a jig and I could have multiples in here. We're really only experimenting, so 1 is good enough for an experiment. I don't want to ruin a bunch of my sublimation blanks, okay? I'm going to leave some for you because if this works, then I want you to buy them. And then once I'm sold out, that's it. Okay, we're going to create a snapshot. This is taking a live preview. So remember that one thing that I said, one of my most coolest features, one of the coolest features with the eufyMake UV printer is the fact that it comes with a camera. I love cameras because they make things so much easier to like create. Nothing is worse than like having to like guess and potentially ruin blanks. In the amount of time that I've had my eufyMake printer, there has been one time that we've had an issue, just once. So I love it. I love it. Now, when we do a photo alignment for the large print bed, it takes the longest, which is the most painful part about the entire thing is just waiting for the photo capture thing to happen. The reason for that is it has to go through the entire bed. Lasers have to take a picture and, you know, have to determine print head size and stuff like that. I don't know. It takes a long time. So what I would tell you is if you had a project that would fit on the small flatbed, use the small flatbed because it's significantly quicker to do a snapshot when we're using the small bed versus the large. So that doesn't mean it won't make a snapshot. It just takes a lot longer on the large one than the small one. So plan accordingly. All right, now that the camera preview is done, look at that. Looks nice, crisp, and that white shiny thing is front and center. I love it. Okay, I am going to put this onto my blank. And to be honest with you, I don't think I chose like a really good design because look, happy birthday is going to get cut off. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Like I feel like I could get a better design. What do you think? Do you think I should choose a different design or just go with this? I'm going to make this just like that. And let's see. If we go up here to opacity, let's bump the opacity down. APP is going to be completely cut off because we have a hole right there. I don't like that. I don't like that. Look, I know this is all for research purposes, but like on the off chance that it actually turns out, I want it to look good. So I'm going to choose something different. Okay, these ones right here look good. I'm going to download them. There's a small little hole, but we can avoid that. We're going to delete that, and let's go into here. That'll work. Oh, look at that. That is so cute. I don't know why you would want a PNG versus a JPEG. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is. I'm just going to put a PNG in there because I don't know. And then mine are a little bit more rectangle than what these files are. So there is going to be a little things that do get cut off, but you know what? It's better than having, like, do you see that? What is going on? It just, like, this isn't going to look good, right? I'm going to have all of this hanging off. I normally don't like doing this, but I really liked this design. So I'm just going to make it distorted. If other designers are watching this and you're cringing, just know I'm cringing too. I swear. Don't distort fonts. I am such a stickler for this, but I really want this to be cute. Okay, I think this is going to look good. And if you turn the opacity down now, if you have a Eufy and you're trying this, we're going to turn the opacity down just so we can see. But once we're ready to print, you want to make sure and bump it up to 100 because what you see is what you get. That is what you're going to end up looking like. So I'm going to resize this now just to like better fit. So it's like less distorted, but I think that is going to look really good. What do you think? Do you like this? I hope you do. Okay, I'm going to bump it up. Don't forget. And I'm going to do, let's like click out of that. I'm going to come over here. Now this is wood. My Sublimation money cards, it has the sublimation film over the top of it, but it is actually wood. However, it's kind of like slippy slidey. Like the sublimation, I'm going to do plastic because plastic is slippy slidey. Is this the correct settings? I don't know. I don't even know if it's going to work. White and then CMYK. If you want to do gloss, you can. I'm not going to. I really honestly don't see a huge difference between having just CMYK on the top versus anything else, but we're going to see what happens, okay? So let's just press print. Remember what I said, zero design knowledge. We just took something from Creative Fabrica, dropped it into the eufyMake Studio software, selected the material that we're going to be printing on, and then press print. Like that's how easy it is to use this entire thing. Now, for whatever reason, I did notice that we have these cool green numbers on the side. I've tried to ask to see what in the world those mean. I did not get a response yet. So I'm not entirely sure what there are, but if you are interested in learning more, maybe put in the comments because I know Eufy watches my videos. So I know they'll probably be like, okay, Ashley, we'll tell you what these numbers are. So it's a new feature. I don't know what it means, but we are going to come over here and we are going to press start. And now it is going to take 9 minutes and 30 seconds to print. I think that's really cool. Generally, when you do sublimation printing, like if you were going to take these sublimation prints and then sublimate onto them, I think it takes it's like 3 minutes per side to sublimate on. So it is a little bit longer to do on this, but like if it ends up working, yay for me, because I really don't want, I have sublimation stuff here, but I really don't want to do sublimation printing because I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Okay, see you back here in about 9 minutes. All right, I have not even looked at it, so I don't know. It is done. Took a total of 6 minutes plus two and a half. I don't know. So does that mean it's 8.5 minutes? And then does this equal 1.5 milliliters. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so let's go and look over here. I'm kind of nervous, but holy bananas. Look at this. No freaking way. This looks even better than the sublimation prints that I have made on these things. Holy crap. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wait. Okay, I'm going to show you this jig situation. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm going to take the film off of the other side. There we go. Okay, we have to prep the item, so we're going to prep it. Now it's going to look front and back. It's going to look the exact same. Generally, I say if we do a front and back sublimation print, I say like do something because you don't want happy birthday on both sides. But for this purpose of experimentation, oh my gosh, this looks so good. So I'm going to wipe this off with rubbing alcohol. I say rubbing alcohol and it really isn't. It's just these lens wipes. I have a bunch of them for my lasers and they have alcohol in them. Okay. Prep. It's all about the prep. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Now, this is the cool part about, and I'm glad I didn't stop it. I didn't press the button. All right. We have this jig, right? It's these three little things. I'm going to turn it, flip it, and I'm going to put my thing back here in it. Okay. We flipped it, put it in there. Then over at the eufyMake, what I'm going to do is instead of finishing it, doing another snapshot and all that things, I'm going to press reprint and we're going to print this again. It's not going to do a snapshot or anything. It's just going to print without any, like we're not going to have alignment issues. And then we don't have to wait for the snapshot. So this is the cool thing about like having that jig system. I cannot believe it turned out. It looked so stinking good. Okay. So while we wait for that to print, since we are going to have to we're going to have to find a design. See how it just automatically starts to print? You heard that? That reprint button is great, and having that new jig thing is really cool too. So we need to find a design for the tumbler. Okay, we're going to go back into Creative Fabrica. And instead of doing birthday money card, let's just do tumbler. Oops, zoom up. All right. Find a tumbler design that you... Swearing always helps. That's actually kind of funny. Find a tumbler design that you want to do. I want to do a full color, like wrap around the entire thing. Back and body hurts. Oh my gosh, I am going to do this one because that's so funny. This one's going to look good. Okay, we're just going to press download. And then, look, ain't this going to look so cute? I don't know what's going on up here, but this is really funny. I like it. Okay, so we already have our image. Okay, so then we're going to go over into eufyMake Studio. We'll just open up a new window. Now, we're still printing, and that's okay. Okay, we're going to come over here into this. We're going to go into rotary. It's going to turn out something like this, and then we're going to drag and drop our PNG file into there, and you can just do yes, resize. We're going to have to probably resize this once we do the snapshot on the tumbler. But the one thing that I have found out that would be very helpful is if you took your own measurements of your tumbler that you're going to use. So before I wipe it with any type of rubbing alcohol or anything like that, what I'm going to do is just take some measurements. Okay, so this one right here is going to be 20.5 centimeters, which ends up being the height is 205 millimeters. And then the width, the wrap around here, it's going to be 23.6. Okay, so this is what I'm going to print. I know it looks like it's bigger than the actual tumbler design. It's because we haven't done the snapshot for it yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the same thing that I've done with the other sublimation blank that is currently printing, that we have to prep it. So these lens wipes, they like dry out so quickly. They don't have I mean, this one kind of has a little bit. I'm just going to get a new one. These lens wipes, that was really hard to say. These lens wipes are like, they're pretty cost affordable. I think like a huge box of them is like maybe $10 or something like that. So if you're like dying that I've now used 3, it's okay. It didn't cost me an arm and a leg for these, but just rubbing these, you can see that I put my hand inside the tumbler and I just rub it. The reason why I'm not trying to touch it with my hands on the outside is because I do not want to put my skin oils on that. This is prep. Prep does the body good, or at least it does your blank good. But okay, put it on here, and I'm just going to pull my hand out, leave this up top because we're going to use that. We got 2.5 minutes left. The first one turned out wonderfully. I'm sure the second one will turn out wonderfully as well. Ta-da! It's done! And look, from front to back. Look at that. Looks amazing. Now, someone's going to say, well, does it flake off? So I'm going to take my weeding tool pick and I'll put it in the corner. Yes, it does flake off. So I strongly suggest you don't flake it off, okay? But it does flake off. And I mean, to be honest with you, like if I were to take and try and flake off these, I probably could too. So just don't flake them off, you know? But like this, so good. Now, if I was going to make this to give to somebody, I wouldn't do the same thing on both sides unless you plan on giving money on both sides of this, because this kind of looks silly. Most of the time what I do is I print this on here and then just like print something else. Maybe I would have like just balloons on the back or something like that. I wouldn't have a spot for another money. But these sublimation blanks in my cardstock warehouse come with this and a set of these. And so all you do is you put your double-sided tape on the outsides of this, roll up some money, put it in here, and ta-da! Look at this professional gift that you just did and printed in 7 minutes. Now it is time to try the tumbler. Now I can tell you, since it worked here, I'm actually thinking it's probably going to work on the tumbler. Stranger things have happened though. So we this like little toggle thing, I don't know what this is called, but it makes everything so much easier to switch in and out because there's not like, it's not hard. Here is the rotary attachment tool. There is this little rectangle. You put this rectangle in here, then you lock it into place. Done. Then we are going to take the rotary attachment tool. We're going to put this into the rotary. You can see and tell that I was using my cloth to touch the tumbler because I do not want to put my skin oils on the tumbler. Then you have this like little thing that's right here. You just want to put that like that. It kind of locks the tumbler into place so it doesn't slide everywhere. That'd be it, my friends, for over here. So then at the software, we're just going to press finish. We're going to come over here into the design that we are working on. Let's unclick on that. And whoop, 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 here we go. Right here. This right here, you're going to auto measure. We don't have a handle and it's not tapered. It's just a straight tumbler. So I'm going to go to measure. It's going to start doing its auto measure thing. It's the same thing that the large flatbed printer did with this right here. The rotary one is just as quick as this. Now, the reason why I want you to do a measurement is because it's a laser and it's not 100% accurate. And so sometimes you may have like I've had it before on a different tumbler where I did the auto measure and it like, see how the print, now this rectangle, let me just move this. This rectangle right here essentially said that my tumbler is that around, whatever size that is, it's that big around. But we did measurements, right? And the measurements said that my tumbler is this big. If we were to carry this over, and actually I have a tumbler here just to show you. What I did is I just printed the tumbler, and this is actually really cool. It's a 3D tumbler, and I printed the tumbler. I didn't measure it, and what ended up happening, it ended up turning out fabulous. Like This is really good. Textured tumbler. However, because I didn't resize it and the rectangle that's on the screen is a little bit larger, do you see this overlap? This is not a terrible overlap, okay? Beggars cannot be choosers, and I don't think that this is terrible. Actually, it ends up lining up really good. You just have this, whatever, like, you see that? You can see it. You can tell what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, there's just this, like, bump. That's because it printed and then went back. It printed like this, and then it went over the existing paint, creating that lip. But, like, the end results of this look amazing. Oh, looks so stinking good. So I am just going to, because I measured my tumbler, I'm going to do it like this. And it better not do me dirty, because I want it to be like, I want it to end like right, you know, like butted up right there. I don't want it to, like I don't want to have the like overlap. Now for this, I'm going to come over here. Oop, nope. What do we do? Material. I'm going to come over here, and this is metal. So I'm just going to click on metal because that's what it is. There is a sublimation coating over it, but like metal is shiny too, just like plastic when we did plastic for this one. So I'm just going to do that. I'm not going to change the settings over, and I'm going to press print and then let this Bluetooth over to the other side. All right, 22 minutes for this one, 1.1 milliliters, which is like $1 of ink, not even $1 of ink. I think it's like 70 cents for ink. 22 minutes. We are just gonna press start, and we are gonna let this do its print, and I will see you back here in 22 minutes. And hopefully this turned out just like the blank did. I'm actually really impressed with that blank. All right, 23 minutes, 1.12 milliliters of ink used, and this looks good. So far, so good. Let's see. Oh, look, and look at how perfect this stop is. Do you see how like, there's no overlap? Yes, I did a good job. Look at that. Are we not obsessed with this? Now, I'm assuming, because I was able to fleck off the sublimation stuff, I'm assuming that you could probably, if you tried hard enough, you probably could. I mean, I'm rubbing my finger on it, and we're not getting anything off of that. Let me take, I don't actually want to do this, but I'm going to do it right here, like this. Yeah. Do you see that? You can flake it off. But, like, don't put a weeding tool pick to it. But, like, so, for everyone that has said you cannot print on sublimation items, did you even try? Did you prep your items? Because I have 2 now, and both look absolutely amazing. Oh, forgot to mention, someone's going to be like, but can you put it in the dishwasher? Anytime you do like a print like this, you don't want to put it in the dishwasher anyways. So like all of my tumblers that I have made that have this, that I actually use, like my coffee mugs and stuff like that, I don't put them in the dishwasher. I hand wash them. So don't put this in the dishwasher, not dishwasher safe. But it probably would fall off if you put it in the dishwasher, which is why you don't do dishwashers. But anyways, I'm excited. Sublimation printing does work. So if you have a bunch of sublimation blanks in your craft room and you don't want to do sublimation printing anymore, you can use the eufyMake UV printer to do really cool things. Yay, experimentation, crafting day is a win today. All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to create, and I'll see you next time.